shut up. All right, listen, I appreciate that, man. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Philip H. Anselmo. I've been doing gigs since I was 13 years old. I joined the heavy metal band Pantera in 1987 until the end of the band in 2001. And, geez, damn. That was a ride, man, with Pantera, man. The first real heavy metal band to come in at #1 on the Billboard charts. And I'm born and raised in New Orleans, and I take a lot of pride in that, you know what I'm saying? I've always spread that around the world, which I've been around the damn world a bunch of times, and that's enough about me. You know about me, and I play right now in a band called Down, and it's all New Orleans-based guys except for Rex from Texas. He's the original bassist for Pantera as well. What else about me? Enough, man. Let's roll.
And tell them some of your back history with drug abuse.
Back history of drug abuse. Is this scheduled for an hour or what?
It is an hour.
6. All right.
They'll probably stay late for you, so go ahead.
Okay. Well, there is no reason, really, that I can point to. I am an extremist when it comes to everything. Anything I set my mind to, I'm an absolute extremist. I cannot say it any better. And I was injured. I had a back injury from, and I don't suggest anyone do this, but I would climb up on top of PA systems and dive head first either into the waiting crowd or into the waiting concrete, and it made no difference. I would attack on stage, and I paid for it, Jack. I ultimately injured myself, and like putting a Band-Aid over cancer, when you rupture a disc in your back, it begins this thing called degenerative disc disease. So that means the next one's going. And then, you know, obviously the next one after that, and then so on and so forth. Well, I think it was about the time when the record came in at #1. I was pretty terrified. I was happy as hell. Don't get me wrong, man. I was like, oh my God, yes! And at that point, I had just got back from the doctor, my second MRI, and I realized I had 2 blown out discs. Now, in order for me to be this Superman that the media had built me up to be, I had to quell that pain. You understand me? So it started with, and I ain't laughing, man. It is, you know, we can laugh together, but this ain't funny, really. I started off with regular painkillers, which would be your hydrocodone-based painkillers, Loracet, Loratab, whatever. And muscle relaxers. And I'll call one out for the evil that it is. There's one called Soma, which should be yanked off the goddamn market, pardon me, if I slip up with the language sometime. I guess we're all adults, and just remember, it's just words. I didn't invent them. So, eventually you climb up the painkiller ladder, because painkillers lie to you. They will magnify that injury. And that's all that's on your mind. The injury and painkillers. Up the ladder I went, stronger painkillers, stronger painkillers, stronger painkillers, and you hear, and you damn well know, When your audience is looking at you different, when your band members are looking at you different, you know, going, man, what is wrong with Phil? What is wrong with Phil? You get a little tired. You get weary of it. You feel like this 20-something-year-old, which I was, juggernaut, man. You want to leap out of your skin, but you can't anymore. You can't just hang out anymore because it hurts to hang out. Or you're too loaded. And once everyone starts laying this trip on you, that's when you close the door and the needle slides in, Jack. And from that point on, you are on your own. You're on a ride. And I wouldn't suggest anyone in this room, I wouldn't suggest on my worst enemy this particular ride. So, that's where I was. That's my drug background. We can get into some specifics here in a little bit, you know, but.
Did you feel like the record label glorified the drug use?
Absolutely not. Normally a record company is out of the loop, the last to know. I don't need this. The last to know.
But you
They're mechanics.
Right.
They're mechanics. I'll tell you what happens though. When you're signed to a big record contract, which I don't even know if it really exists anymore today. The music system is so different, but back in the 90s, when you had a record contract, you had publicists, you had a million different tentacles and satellites that were doing work for you. But normally, a publicist is the one who pushes you to have your face on the cover of these magazines. The Kurt Cobains, the Lane Staleys. Rest in peace, by the way. And me, destroyed, drug-riddled, pathetic, yellow, right there on the cover of a magazine. And you have no choice but to submit and be put under a microscope. And hey, it's a chapter of your life, man. It don't go away. It don't go away. And they will glorify you. When you're on top of the world, man, they make you, the media that is, they will make you MTV magazines, VH1, it don't matter. They'll make you Superman. But once Superman stumbles, it's kind of like the old adage, man. Once you get big enough for your head to see over that fence, that's when people start throwing rocks at it. Once Superman trips up, man, they will judge your talent, your accomplishments, and your trip-ups, and solidify your entire life in one paragraph. And it hurts, Jack. It hurts, because you know they don't know you. They don't really know you. They don't know the struggles. They don't know what it's like. Most writers and media people are wannabe musicians anyway that can't do it. And that's the truth.